Questions 11 through 20 on the 2006 Grade 7 Gauss Math Contest. The cost before taxes of the latest CD released by the Magic Squares is $14.99. If the sales tax is 15%, how much does it cost to buy this CD including tax? So you'd multiply $14.99 times 1.15 because you're adding 15%. And if you do that, you get 17.24. So number 11, the answer is A. A rectangular pool is 6 by 12 by 4. If the pool is half full of water, what is the volume of the water in the pool? So first we need to figure out the full volume, which will be 6 times 12 times 4, and that is equal to 288. Now, they're saying the pool is half full, so that means the volume would be 288 divided by 2, which is 144. So number 12, the answer is E. What number must be added to 8 to give the result -5? So some number is being added to 8, and that equals -5. So x, if you bring the 8 over, will be -5 minus 8, and therefore x is equal to -13. So number 13, the answer is D. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle, AOB is the diameter, and the circle graph illustrates the favorite season of 600 students. How many of the students surveyed chose fall as their favorite season? Well, this is a right angle right there, and this is 60. So therefore, this angle in here must be 30 degrees. So 30 degrees over the total, which is 360 degrees if you go all the way around, multiplied by 600, which is the number of students, will give you how many students prefer fall as their favorite season. So this is 1 over 12 times 600, and that is equal to, for number 14, 50. And therefore the answer choice that is correct is B. Harry charges $4 to babysit for the first hour. For each additional hour, he charges 50% more than he did for the previous hour. How much money in total would Harry earn for 4 hours of babysitting? So the first hour, $4, and then 50% more for the next hour, so that's 6. Basically, it's 4 times 1.5 to get that 6, by the way. And then the next hour, you take 6 and multiply that by 1.5, and you would get 9. And then finally, the same thing, 9 times 1.5, and you will get 13.5. And you have to add all these up, and if you do, you get $32.50. So number 15, the answer is C. A fraction is equivalent to 5 over 8. Its denominator and numerator add up to 91. What is the difference between the denominator and numerator of this fraction? So we'll let the fraction be x over y, and they're saying it's equivalent to 5 over 8. And then they also tell you that the denominator and numerator add up to 91. So we have to solve these two equations. So from the first one, we get 5y is equal to 8x, and we can substitute that into here. So that would mean either one is fine. I'll just isolate for, it doesn't really matter. We'll just isolate for y, I guess. And if you substitute that over here, it'd be x plus y, which is 8x over 5, is equal to 91. And then at this point, you can add this fraction, 5 over 5, like that. 13x is equal to 91 times 5. And therefore, x, if you do the math here, will be 35. And substitute x equals 35 into here, and that will give you y is equal to 56. And they want you to figure out the difference between the denominator and the numerator, so they essentially just want y minus x, which is 56 minus 35, which is 21. So number 16, the answer is A. Bogdan needs to measure the area of a rectangular carpet. However, he does not have a ruler, so he uses a shoe instead. He finds that the shoe fits exactly 15 times along one edge of the carpet and 10 times along another. He later measures the shoe and finds that it is 28 centimeters long. What is the area of the carpet? So we've got some rectangle approximately like this, and we know that it's 15 shoes across and 10 shoes, I guess, top to bottom of this rectangle. So the area is 15s, length times width, times 10s, which is 150 s squared. Now s, we know, is 28 centimeters. So substitute that in, and we've got this equation. So if you do the math here, this is going to be 117600. And number 17, therefore, is E. Kiko and Lee run on a track that is 150 meters around. Kiko takes 120 seconds to run 3 times around the track, and Lee 160 seconds to run 5 times around the track. Who is the faster runner, and approximately what speed does she run? So we've got Kiko and Lee. So we're going to use the formula speed is equal to distance over time. So for Kiko, it's distance, which is 3 times around the track, and the track is 150 meters, divided by time, which is 120 seconds. So that looks like 3.75, and our units are meters per second. Lee, same thing. Speed is going to be the distance, which is 5 times around the track, 150 meters, divided by 160 seconds, and that is 4.69 approximately. So the faster runner is the one with the faster speed, the greater speed, I should say, and that's 4.69 for Lee. So number 18, the answer is D. Which of the following is closest to 1 million seconds? So 1 million seconds is what they want you to figure out in terms of either days or years, or days or years are the answer choices. Okay, first let's convert this to minutes. You convert to minutes by dividing by 60. So it would be 16,666 minutes. Let's convert this to hours. Convert it to hours again by dividing by 60. And if you do that, you get 277 hours. And then convert it to days by dividing by 24. And if you do, you get 11.5 days. So which of the answer choices is that closest to? Well, 19, the answer choice is B. The letter P is written in a 2x2 grid of squares as shown. A combination of rotations about the center of the grid and reflections in the 2 lines through the center achieves the result as shown. When the same combination of rotations and reflections is applied to this, the result is. All right, first let's try to figure out what's going on with P to go from here to here. All right, well, there's several ways of going from there to there in terms of rotations and reflections, but the way I look at it is first I'll rotate it 90 degrees in the clockwise direction, and if I do that, I'll get a shape like this in terms of my square. All right, so 90 degrees clockwise. And then once it's like this, I'm going to reflect it in the line that goes top to bottom, so the line that's vertical. And if I reflect it in the vertical line, it will go in this box and will look like that, which is exactly what that looks like. So we'll apply the same principle, or the same moves, I should say, to that guy. So the first thing is we rotate 90 degrees in clockwise, and you get a shape that looks like this. Okay? And it will be in that box in the top right. And then our second move is reflect in the top to bottom, like that, top to bottom line. So reflect it in the vertical line. Do not reflect in the horizontal line. And if you reflect it in the vertical line, it then becomes like that in the box in the top left. So which one of the answer choices looks like this? Well, that would be for number 20, B.